Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hey now, it's your girl ChonitaNicole, and welcome to Do Dream More. If you're new and if you're already a dreamer, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So today we are going to be going over how to sublimate on white glitter vinyl. So I'm really excited. Today I have two projects I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be printing this out on a square image, and I'm going to be printing this image out on a circle. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. The circle, my best friend wants me to make this for her. So I literally made this design myself for her. And I'm using a circle template. I'm going to use white vinyl. It's white glitter vinyl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this out in Silhouette because I'm in Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to print this out in Silhouette at 9.336 inches around. And then I'm going to print the circle and glitter out a little bit above it. Now, typically you put the image larger than the glitter, but I'm going to do, this one is going to be smaller because it doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to show you how it matters when I do the other image I'm going to do. So I printed this out in Silhouette Studio, and then in Cricut I'm going to show you how I printed the circle. Here we are in Cricut Design Space, and I'm printing this circle at 9.528, and that's what it is all the way around. Now, honestly, it didn't matter because the background is white and the glitter is white. So I could have made it the exact same size, larger, smaller, etc. But I put it on top of each other. I put the image here. Now, you know you can't print out actual print and cut designs out larger in Cricut. So what I did was I put it inside of here so I could see how the image would be when I printed it out. And I wanted it smaller versus larger with the circle because I'm going to have to cut the circle around because I do have a cameo, but I haven't set it up yet. So I don't know how to use it. So I don't want to make it larger and then my outside circle is off. I made it smaller, so I'm going to hand cut around my circle, and if it's off, it's not going to matter because it's going to be inside of the glitter. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I made it different. So this is going to be my first design I'm going to do. When you do this, you want to make sure that you heat your shirts up a little bit. It gets any type of moisture out. So I heat my shirt up as well as I use a lint brush. So I want to make sure everything is going to be nice and smooth on there. Okay, so that's what I do. So I'm going to show you that. Typically we use the lint roller to get any type of lint or dust or anything off of the shirt, and then we typically, you can use a Teflon or butcher paper if you want, but I know nothing's on my pad, so I'm just heating up my shirt. And what this does is it, one, gets the wrinkles out, and then two, it takes out any absorption, any moisture, anything like that. Some people do, some people don't. I typically do, depending on the shirt, how I want the images and things to stick. So this good lint roller, and then we have, go ahead and get that out. So that's how we do that. Once we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put the vinyl, the white glitter vinyl on top of the shirts. So I have two black shirts I'm going to be using. I'm going to use white glitter vinyl on both. One is going to be a circle, one is going to be a square. Okay, now for the second image, I got this image off of Google. I'm not going to be selling this. This is just for tutorial purposes. But this is good old Nipsey Hussle. If anyone knows me, they know I love Nipsey. I'm so devastated by his passing. I just continue to grieve, which is so weird, but I'm just like hurt. Anywho, so this is an artwork that is done outside of the Marathon Clothing, Nipsey Hussle. As you can see, Victory Lap. It is so dope. So I'm so excited to do this image. Now for this image, this is how you typically do all of your cover up vinyl. all of your layered glitter white vinyl with an image, you want to make sure that the image is a little bit bigger than the vinyl. And the reason you want to do that is because I'm using white vinyl. This picture is not white like my other image. So I wanted to cover up as much of the white vinyl as possible so it can look smooth and clear and crisp, okay? So for this image, the inches are 9.435 in height and 9.594 inches in width. Okay, so that's what I'm doing for the image, and I'm going to show you, once again, we're in Silhouette Studio because this is the only one that can print this large. And then for the actual white glitter vinyl, we can print out of Cricut. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm inputting the image inside of Cricut. I'm saving it as a print and cut image. And then I'm going to go ahead and upload the image. And it's going to take a minute, okay? So I'm going to unlock the image. When you unlock the image, it lets you change it to the size that you want. So if you remember in Silhouette, it is 9.435 in height. Or we can just type it at the top. 9.435. And in width, it is 9.594. So I'm going to press enter. And then it's going to change the image. So now we can actually put the image on top of each other to see exactly how much space is going to be. So I technically could make my image either a little bit bigger, or I can make my vinyl a little bit smaller. So you can do this so you can know for sure. Oops, I'm not showing you. You can do this so you can know for sure. So I think I'm going to make my glitter behind the image a little bit smaller because I want to make sure it covers it up 100% completely. Okay? So the picture can be a little bit larger. We're going to lock and load it. And then that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to just cut a little bit of my vinyl off, the glitter vinyl off, so that it can be a little bit smaller than the actual photo. Okay? So that's how you could always check it. But as you know, in Cricut, it will not print because it's too large. Okay? But we will print it out in Silhouette. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting the glitter on the shirts. And then I'm going to go ahead and then sublimate on top of the white glitter vinyl. Now, I've used several different brands, so it doesn't matter. Scissor is a great brand. I always use that one a lot. I've tried other brands that I needed. I tried Cricut when I was like in a jam. I've tried other brands and they all seem to work for me, but I believe Scissor is the best brand. There is another brand I really like, and I have to find what the name of that is. But yep, so I'm going to go ahead, press the glitter down, and then I'm going to sublimate on top of that. If you have any questions, comments, any easier tips, anything, please let me know. Okay, so I have this, it's like I Create Ruler by Tam's Sweet Life. So if you want it, you could go to tamsweetlife.com or follow her on IG by Tam's Sweet Life. I'll put it in the comments. It's BYTAMSSWEETLIFE. Anywho, so I use that to make sure it's perfect. And because I'm a little bit OCD, I also use this T ruler just to make sure that each side is exactly where it needs to be. Now, each image will be a little bit different. And each size of the shirts may be a little bit different. So this is a circle, so it's a little bit different. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and press this on. Yeah. So I told you I've not yet learned how to use my Cameo. So I'm literally, oh, the vinyl's on the shirt. It's nice and pretty. So I'm learning how to, I haven't learned how to use my Cameo. So I'm going to just cut around the circle. And that's why I gave it some wiggle room, because I'm like, I don't want to mess this up for my best friend, but I don't know how to cut it out of Cricut yet. So I'm just cutting it around, and then I'm gonna lay it on top, and she's gonna have her shirt that she wanted. The other shirt is gonna be a little bit different because it's square. So squares, I have a paper cutter that I could use to do that. I mean, or I could use it by hand as well, but that's that. No, I don't like it, so I'm going to make it bigger. So I'm printing out of my Workforce Epson 72, I'm sorry, printed out of my Workforce 7720 series, Poppin' Colors Cassette 2, that's my preset, and I'm printing it out. You should hear it in the background. If you want to know what my presets are, you can watch my How to Sublimate Beginners video. You can watch that again. If you guys want me to, I can make another one, but I've already made it, so it's kind of like I don't want to be redundant, keep repeating myself. So go ahead and watch that, but I'm printing it out because I needed it to be a little bit larger. So I printed it out. This one is a little bit better, but honestly, I could have used more space. I'm also noticing, if you haven't noticed, your designs in Cricut and in Silhouette don't match up. So my inches, I've noticed they don't match up. I know someone previously told me in my comments to make sure that, I think she said something like tapering off the image or something like that. But I have to look that up a little bit more to figure out what it is I have to do to make sure that the designs line up. But this will work because it's literally just going to be glitter all around it, so it's not going to matter. But for my other image, I'm going to have to make sure that it's perfect like I need it to be. Perfect like I need it to be. But this one is perfectly fine for right now because it's just going to be white glitter around it. And I already told her how the image would be, and she agreed. So that's not a problem at all. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take this down, and I'm going to put it on 400 for 60 seconds. That's what I'm going to sub in. Now here I'm just measuring everything from the top, making sure that everything is going to be the correct amount of inches from the top and the bottom that I want it to be. So you could play around with it. I'm, like I said, a perfectionist. So when I do things, I want it to be as close as perfect as possible, even though I am hand making it and human error, you know, but I try to make things. Okay, so I use a sub paper, as you can see, and I use Cosmo. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So there we go. I have it on 400 degrees for 60 seconds, and this is an image that I created for my best friend. Well, my boss friend. That's what we call each other. All right. So that's how it looks. Now I'm going to do my second image on the square image. But it looks good. I hope she likes it. So I'm literally just cutting a little bit of it off so that I can have a little bit more of this overlapping the vinyl. So I want to have the picture a little bit bigger than the vinyl. So I'm taking just a little bit off so that it can overlap it a little bit. So I'm taking it off on both sides, the width and the height, just a little bit. Okay, so I've always been a person who I can eyeball things and look at things and know exactly how much to take off. I don't know how. I don't know if it's the photographer in me, but I can look at things and see if they're like crooked or fix things just visually. So I don't know how much I took off. I just eyeballed it. Okay, so now before I even put it on a shirt, I see that it's a little bit overlapping, and that's what I need because I don't want to see any of the white vinyl. And excuse my niece in the background, babysitting my niece. So my daughter is playing with my niece, so that's what you hear in the background. So anywho, this is going to be perfect. So now I'm going to press this on the shirt, and then I'm going to press sub this on top. All right, you see I got my ring light. I have my TammySweetLife.com create ruler, and I have my T ruler. So I'm making sure that this is correctly in the middle so that it won't have any issues or problems. And now I can go ahead, press it, and then I'll sub on top. And yes, I do use heat tape. This tape is from Amazon. It came in a 2-pack. And this yellow is never transferred on anything of mine. I've heard people say that it's transferred. So until it does, I'm going to keep using it. I may try a clear one. They have blue ones. They have all types. But this is the one that I use, and I've never had any issues from Amazon. So I'm going to go ahead and press it down now, for real. Okay, so here's something that I noticed. Depending on the brand of white glitter that you'll be using, it may have, like, this has little like lines in it. It's not a bad thing. It's not going to mess my images up, but I did notice that. So if you can see, you see that? It's like lines. So that's going to come up in the image. So that's okay. So that's why I said you may want to play around. This is not Scissor brand. I honestly have to look and see. My friend told me to try this brand out, so I'm trying it out. My homegirl, hey girl, told me to try it out, so I'm trying it out. And so it's not Scissor. I have to see what the name of it is, but it has little lines. So the image is gonna have those little lines, but like I said, that's perfectly okay. I'm trying to think of other things I may have missed previously, things that I'm trying. So if you can't see the entire image, what I'm doing is, I apologize, but I'm just going over the sides and making sure that it's overlapping on all 4 corners so that there won't be any white, hopefully, around the sides. You don't want to see any of the white glitter because it's a color image. So I'm just making sure that it's overlapping, and the ink will get on the black, but it's okay because it's black. And then hopefully it may come out because that's not polyester, so it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so I'm going to take this down, sub. I'm doing the white glitter at the 330 for 15 seconds. I'm on the heat press, and then this I'm subbing at 400 for 60 seconds. Okay, so as I always say, it's always more than one way to skin a cat. This is how I tape it down. I want to make sure all of my corners are taped down so that it can make sure that it absorbs in all of the white glitter. I literally lifted each side up, made sure that it was a little bit over the edge of each of the sides. So I'm feeling really confident about it. And I'm going to go ahead and sub it now, like I said, at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. If you guys have any other tips or tricks, please share. Thank y'all for sharing. Some of y'all are hitting me up on Facebook, Instagram. Some of you guys are commenting under my videos. Let me go check these babies out. Okay, so I got this nifty little thing from Amazon. It's by Brico Goods. And what this is it holds my butcher paper, and then I can tear it off. It would normally is better. Press this for 60 seconds at 400. All right. I have to loosen the tape up a little bit. It's hot, but I cannot wait to see this finished product. I loosened up some of the tape, and I'm gonna look and see. Oh yeah, it's literally perfect, and I don't say things are perfect. I did so good, guys. I'm so happy because I'm like, I'm doing a tutorial and I hope it come out right. And then, oh yeah, it got all that ink off of here, baby. Yes. It's A Sub paper, 125 grams, Cosmo ink, on top of white glitter vinyl. So yeah, so here's the finished product. I told you I used A Sub paper, Cosmo ink, white glitter vinyl. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please go ahead and let me know. If you want me to go over anything else, let me know that as well. But if you know any other tips or tricks, please share for everybody in the comments as well as for myself. I love hearing all the things you guys have been sharing with me. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you for your time. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.